an interesting development at my place of residence. Very interesting. At least I think so. I shot a video where I talked about going to the protests and with an agenda, to spread awareness about directed energy weapons being utilized on civilians. So I did that, and I had the little leaflets, the little write-up that I had about my testimony, the plight of my family, at my place of residence, which I passed out to individuals there. I did that on Saturday. And on Sunday, I did the same thing, just with the leaflet now. I went, passed it out around and in my neighborhood and somewhere close by. What I wrote in the leaflet was, help stop harm. And I went into this, who I was, where I was residing, and prefaced it with, I am in my right mind. Because, when you read something like that, you'll be like, oh, is this person mentally deranged? No. And then I went into, okay, this is what has been happening. Very short things. And I've been to the FBI, the police, and my management team. No help, so I'm reaching out to the public. If anyone could be of assistance to reach me at, I put in the contact there. So is it possible that someone reached out to the management? Guess what happened on Monday? Monday, I had been hearing all manner of movement, scrubbing. It's just like someone was cleaning up stuff. I don't know. Just dismantling things. It was loud noises. I recorded it because each room I went, I was being followed. No joke. If I was in a restroom, they came in and let down this loud noise. I have been living there for a while. Never heard anything like that. It's not a new construction place. And these people are aware, at least in time past, they've been, cognizant of the fact that there are other tenants there. So even when they're doing repairs, it's not like that. So I don't know if they were trying to send a message. I don't know what was going on. I don't know. I just know very loud noises. I kept saying that, someone must be upset. What's going on? And I'm used to, the footstep. You just follow. I don't care where I go to. Bathroom, bedrooms, wardrobe, kitchen, the dining area, the living room, balcony on the outside. They literally follow me. But this was different. So I'm wondering, I'm like, okay, what's going on? This is a major repair. But the thing is, it's quite interesting to me. Because I went above and beyond. It gets to a point, it's enough. I'd rather deal with those in authority, who have the authority to do something about it. Of course, they've been disappointing, but that's a whole different matter, But yeah, Saturday, I'm going out there. Let's put this out there. Okay? No restraints, no holds bar is enough. Let's put it out there. It's my story to tell. So the leaflet, I gave it to people. Yes, this is where I'm living. Yeah, people are like, oh, your privacy. There's no privacy. I don't have any privacy. People literally gang stalk me all over the place. So where's the privacy? Why am I supposed to be concerned about some kind of privacy? So guess what? I put it out there. This is where I'm living. Yeah. I'm living at so and so. This is the city. Yeah. And this is what's going on. This was been going on since 2022. And this is who I've reached out to for assistance. If you can be of help, let me know. Mind you, Saturday, before I went to the protest, I was attacked. When I returned, I was attacked. Sunday, I was attacked. Not even attacked, tortured. Every day, I'm tortured. If I use the word attack, it's just like, something. Oh, maybe she was just, no, tortured. Literally tortured. No joke. Tortured. Guess what happened on Monday? The individuals living above me abruptly moved. On Monday, they just abruptly moved. And today, being Tuesday, I went over to confirm. I just, walked past. The place was empty. Empty. Interesting. Very interesting. So they moved out abruptly. It's a serious matter. Maybe they think since they've moved, yeah, it's fine. Because guess what? Investigation, if they try to launch an investigation now that they should have done since 2 years ago, and especially last year, I say especially because that was when they escalated to the sexual assault violations and all of that. If they didn't do it then, and when I wanted them to do it discreetly, so they would come up on these people, unannounced, catch them in the act. They didn't do it then. So guess what? Now, with everything being scrubbed and taken apart and moved up, I'm talking about serious work being done. It's like a new construction. That was what got me so curious. Like, okay, I need to see what's going on. Empty. So I guess I should have done this a long time ago. So I'll see what's going on now, because for the fact that they moved, I tell you guys, that is not very comforting to me, because they still have access to get into the apartment. Okay, I'm not going to say the management is involved, you understand? However, a lot has transpired for one to wonder. I'm not even wondering, but you can't accuse anybody of something without, that was what I wanted the authorities to come in to get that evidence. To my dismay, that has not, happened. They may think they're able to evade the justice of man, but there's a God, and I believe in him. He's always in control. He allowed this, yes, for reasons, But I know the ways that I have evolved. I have grown through all of this. For that, I am grateful to God. So I guess I should have put out information much sooner. Much sooner. Nobody needs to be going through all of this. My concern is for, children. I think there was a day it just dawned on me. Children. How can a child defend themselves against something like this? Say some of these unscrupulous elements decide to be angry with a parent and decide, okay, I'm going to show you one or two things. I'm going to teach you a lesson. And go after the children. People do not understand how serious this can be. And to deal with something like that, what would that child say? How can that child communicate such a thing? How can a parent begin to understand and even begin to help a child? Can you imagine not just the psychological effect it will have on the child or the parents and all of that? How does the child begin to deal with something like that? Can you imagine how that can change a child, a person? Whoever hasn't experienced conspiracy, be grateful. Where a bunch of people just gang up against you. And the worst part of it is for no reason at all. As far as I'm concerned, for no reason at all. Why? They will not evade justice. From the look of things, being out there, advocating, bringing awareness to these matters is effective. It's impactful. Because more than likely, this individual saw that, there was no restraints anymore. I'm just going to put all my information out there. It is mine to tell, my story to tell. So maybe they feared, sudden sudden, I guess I would say, visitation from the authorities and investigation. So the best thing is let's move. And today, the apartment is empty. Empty, empty. No furniture, nothing. The only people that were there, guys doing repairs, were there. What are the odds? So protesting or bringing awareness to a cause, I can't say it enough. It is effective. From the show, from what just transpired, from this new development, is effective. It is effective. We're not going to be the ones running and hiding and having our lives turned upside down, privacy. No, we're not going to deal with that forever. Anyway, today I went to my city hall and the city hall of an adjacent city for some reasons. I'm going to be putting that out at some point. But they had not heard about it. And then there was another woman who had who came into the conversation I was having with one of the city staff, the personnel. And she said, oh, yeah, the Havana, in Cuba, the things that the U.S. agents or something, they experience there. So most people do not understand and know that this is transpiring on the U.S. soil, in the United States. And every targeted individual have their own unique story to tell. They may have moved, and I'm going to see if it lessens the attack. Because, like I said, they still have access to the apartment. They still do. And I know why I say that. Here they need proof. Which is okay, I guess. I know why I say that. They still have access. So by tomorrow, I'm going to come back, record to say, hey, it's resolved, or no, it continues. Because not just one person, it's not two, it's not three, not four, not five. No, I'm talking about a bunch of people involved in this level of wickedness. Oh, people want proof. That's what the authorities would have been able to give me to help me get concrete proof when I reached out to them. They may have tried now, by moving, to evade the justice of right on this side, but there's a God. There's a God who will hold each and every one accountable for their actions. Right? So we need to be out there. We need to be protesting. We need to be out there putting our words out peacefully. It is effective. It can be effective. Like I said, even if it's just one person who goes back to say, hey, let me find out more about whatever this is. Whatever is being talked about, be targeted individuals, all the different, methods of torture that each person has to endure. Okay, let's find out about that. Okay, what can we do about it? I think we would have done something impactful. I'll keep everyone updated. Those who've been watching these videos, following along, I appreciate each and every one of you. Those who will be watching it in the future, I appreciate each and every one of you. And I hope you've been able to take something, from these videos and all. I'm not just here, trying to entertain or now. Hopefully, I'm bringing something of value to you. Information that I believe will be beneficial to you, to your household, to your friends, to your family, or to just a total stranger. These things are real. People are being targeted. People are being tortured by different means, be it directed energy weapons or electromagnetic devices, gang stalking, what have you. Different means that people hacking devices, for just disrupting people's lives, their work life, their social life, relationships and all. You name it. Right? So, be safe out there. Over and out.